And a novice's weapon. I'm surprised they haven't changed the weapon type here. I'm pretty sure you will find mighty and valiant weapons here in the third cycle, but otherwise, I'm still actually almost shocked that they haven't decided to put in warriors' weapons or masters' weapons here yet. And valiant slash mighty and all that jazz is actually better than the master's weapon all on its own. They will do more damage, and they're also pretty powerful. Let me just dump this right in here. And there you go. Now, I've always liked the Element Cudgel just because that, you're able to cast something very quickly. Element Cudgel for me is always the tops for speed, and when it comes to using my fast weapons. So, any thieves out there trying to become even faster, I'd recommend using a single shot when it comes to using this Elemental Cudgel. And Ice Strike. All right. Now this is a small premeditative tactic because it actually allows me to freeze these guys in a single shot without too much delay. Because I will admit that it's because I just get it. I will admit that the dual shooter, or the prism bludgeon, I think it's called in this game, will take so much delay that you'll be open to lots of enemies on the second shot. So that's why that's why a lot of people do argue that either which one's better, the Elemental Cudgel or the other one, the dual shooter. So I don't know, just so many names I have to memorize here. And I do prefer the Elemental Cudgel when it comes to speed battles, but when it comes to dual shooter, and it's more like a brute force method. I'd rather use that instead when it comes to taking out single enemies or single gigantic enemies. This guy's no different. He isn't really tough at all. Let me shatter him. There you go. Now he's like that. I've always liked the feeling of just striking an enemy after he's frozen. It just feels so great, you know. Feels like you just shattered them and then they just go down in a single strike. I don't know, it's just something really, really awesome. But although the dual shooter version is absolutely monstrous when it comes to just a single ice strike, but these things are just here to hit and run, just hit and run. That's really what they're meant for. Now the silly thing here is that this monster's just gonna keep on trying to break his ice cage. So then you'll always have you'll always make it almost at the same time when he breaks his ice cage, and then you just shoot him. So it kind of puts him in the perpetual motion, which is really funny. And here we go. We can use the hotspots, but sadly I have the unknown elements, so that's a no-no. Alright, now this is the boss, Giant Crab. Now I'm pretty sure you guys must have seen this intro a couple times, but this time I'm going to start skipping it just because. Alright, now this is the Giant Crab, same tactic, same guy. Now Thunder, I don't want to cast it on him. It doesn't heal them, but it just doesn't do any damage to them. So I'm just going to cast Gravity again, and there's HP Ball. Now this guy is absolutely weak at this point of the game. If you trained as much as I trained, or did some over-grinding, then you're going to have absolutely no trouble with this guy whatsoever. His attacks are still fast. He has no change whatsoever. I don't think he learns a new attack until like the third cycle, so you don't have to worry about this guy at all. Now where is... this time around I'm going to use a different kind of move. Let me see if I can try to find yeah, there we go. Haste spells. Alright, this is going to come in handy. There's monster that likes casting slow spells with me all the time. So then I'll just use haste to negate his slow attack. So then I'll have a buffer against this guy. But it doesn't protect you from attacks though. Haste just halves your charge time, so then you'll be able to attack even faster. which is really great on my hands because my character's mainly for speed. So you add speed on speed, and so you just get super speed, and then it's just, you know, I can't believe I just made a calculation right there. But totally, I mean, I really recommend this tactic. Haste against this boss is really useful, and it almost dominates him. But in the third cycle, though, this guy is horrendously tough because sometimes you have to make sure you equip yourself with some armor, defending yourself with some thunder defense because this guy learns Thunderga, and once that happens, I mean, Thunderga can ruin whole plans. So then it's really awful, and we don't have to watch this again. All right, and the ever intrepid heroes, little friend known as Moogle Mail. Moogle Mail is always the weirdest thing out here. I don't know. It's just I just think it's really weird. I mean, they always apparently they're just the most effective way of Mail traveling because I mean monsters don't attack them. They can fly, I guess, and they can do other stuff. What I just picked up a while back though was a Griffin's Wing. Now these things are really useful only if you're a Selkie, I think, because it allows you to make a winged belt. And you have to use a Griffin's Wing, not the. So, but you can find lots of Griffin's wings here really easily, as opposed to Veldu, which originally had the Griffins in the first place. So that doesn't make any sense to me. But okay. Now I'm hoping that I'll get some really good items or drops. Just for the fact that sometimes I overgrind, and next time I actually visit some old areas, I won't have any items for me, so that's gonna really bite, and it's gonna really prick me. Okay, so I didn't do the said challenge, and I received the poor stuff here. This is what happens when you overgrind, or just do all this stuff. You can't pick any of these things up because you cannot pick doubles. So then you just end up either pushing B, you just cancel the selection, or just take something like this iron here, for example. So, yeah, that's what I'm forced to do, and stay tuned for next time. I will be going through Mushroom Forest, cycle number 2. We'll see the new changes going on in there, and who knows, maybe I'll probably do something extra in there. All right, so hope you guys enjoyed this video, and drive safely. We'll keep the door open for you.